I've been questioning life and universe since I was a child, pretty much. But today I had a different idea. There are many things we fear in this world, in this planet, maybe in this universe. But what if the most terrifying thing out there is our consciousness? Because our brain, the world we see it's basically our brain collecting information. We see something, we lock in this information in our brain, and when we see it later, tomorrow, the next day, the next week, we know what it is. Our brain is a very complex thing, but we still don't know what consciousness is. We know that we're alive. We know that the creatures out there are alive, like animals, and we know that we die. And I think this might be the most scary thing, really, out there in the world. To know that you're just limited or going to die one day, or are you? This is what we are told, but again, we don't know. There are so many things we don't know, including our own consciousness. So I think this is a scary thing, because we come up with ideas, and ideas we cannot explain most of the time, but we come up with ideas. Somebody said that and we now believe this because we liked it. We like how they're explaining that thing. So okay, we say, yeah, that's true. Okay, we go to the heaven. If we die, we go to hell, maybe, if we die. Some say we disappear completely when we die, but we don't know. We don't know. And all of this is our brain. All of this is just up in our brain. And in really, I'm starting to think, the most terrifying things out there might not be death, might not be aliens, if that even is a thing, might not be giant asteroids, maybe it's not even black holes. It might be just our brain, our consciousness. That is the problem that we gotta fear mostly about. Because after all, look at the animals out there. They're just living their life. Some live for 5 years, some live for 15, some for 20. Most of them doesn't know that they're going to die or what that means. Especially small creatures like insects, stuff like that. Do you think they know what it is, what it means to be alive, to have a purpose, or what it is death? No, I don't think so. I don't think they realize these things, and they're just doing their thing. They're just doing their own thing. In the meantime, us humans, we like to domesticate other creatures. We like to dress up. We like to use technology to talk to other people through camera. And we like to talk about ideas we think are true or false. And we like to prove a point that might be true or false. And it all comes down to how many people we managed to convince. So, what if it's just our brain, the information that has been transferred to us, and we just fear. We fear because we believe. You see, we can just get, I don't know, anywhere, get born anywhere. Maybe not on Earth. Let's imagine this situation. For example, you get born somewhere in a planet named 87, planet 87, I don't know, something like this. And different creatures are raising us. They say maybe you're born, you live, you eat, right? And then you die, and that means you become a star, for example. You become a star. And when the star disappears, you get born again. Maybe stuff like that. If this is the only thing you've heard, you believe this. If this is completely fine, that means your brain is like, okay, cool. You die, and then you become a star, and you look at us from afar. Right? Something like this. Just an example. Or how much more comforting it is if you get born and you're told you're on this planet right now, you do what you do. When you die, you go up in the sky, and you look down on us. You look at us while you're resting. So much more comfortable that is. I like that. So much more comfortable. And if this is the only thing that you know, I think we will be having a very, very calm life. But we come up with all kinds of theories nowadays, yet nothing can be proved. Nothing really can be proved. But yet we believe the very worst of them. The very worst of these theories most of the time. And even I myself, I don't know why do we believe these, the very worst theories, like you just live once and you're done, no longer there, disappear. How is that possible? You no longer see, you no longer hear, you no longer sense any smell, you no longer think. Like, what does that mean? You know, this is absolutely terrifying when you think about it. But why do we believe? A lot of people believe this. Exactly. Why do we believe that the worst thing out there? This is just our brain again. It is our brain. So think about for a second about the plants. Think about the trees. Think about the flowers. They don't have consciousness. They grow. They bloom. They change their leaves. They live for a long time. Some of them, some trees live for a long time, others not so, and then they disappear slowly, and that's about it. No problem there. Meantime, us humans, oh my god, we're gonna die. I'm convinced that we're going to disappear once we die. No more us, no more me, no more you. Panic. You know, I'm conscious, I'm here. I live. I know I exist. But again, do we even know? Do we even know what it means to exist? We know what it is to be around same creatures as us, and we know that we're living in a pretty much a clown fest. Whatever we just obey rules. Somebody told us, you shall do this, you shall not do that. and we obey the question asked. We just do things because that's how it is. Otherwise, you will have consequences. There will be consequences. Very interesting thing that our brain does, and all the theories, but how about this one? How about this one theory that might make somebody point of view a little bit different? Once you were nothing, and then you become something. How is it possible that once you disappear, there will no longer be you, if you came from nothing? We know that, in case you don't know, everything in the universe out there exists. You see, when you drink water, the water doesn't just disappear. The clouds, they don't just disappear. When you make fire and you burn some wood, they don't just disappear, right? They become smoke, stuff like that. Everything is conversion. It's conversion, constant conversion. Something became into something else. Even energy, things that we cannot see, it's conversion. It's just conversion. So at least this is something that we know so far from science. Everything is conversion. So we're part of whatever is out there, universe, space. We're part of it. So, and once you were nothing, and then you came to this body of yours, and now you all of a sudden have memory that you carry on with you, and this memory are telling you what the life around you is, based on memories and based on beliefs and what others tell you and what you decided to accept. But either way, we've been nothing, or have we? If everything is conversion, have we really just came out of nothing? Think about that for a moment. It's pure conversion. Things doesn't just appear out of nowhere. They're there. Things are there in space. So, did we really came out of nothing? And are we really going to become nothing? Or just conversion? Yes, memories are memories. You don't carry those, but who said you're going to become nothing? A little bit of a different of a theory here. Not the worst one out there, right? But yeah, consciousness. And there is no way that people didn't thought about that before, but I guess it's much more. It's probably better for people to tell us, yeah, you have limited time here, you're gonna disappear. You're gonna disappear, and as we know, maybe people just use that as a weapon against us. But again, this is a different topic. Again, how people manipulates us, and stuff like this. So maybe even that theory that I just came out with is just my brain thinking and my consciousness thinking that maybe that is really it. But either way, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's really that bad. If anything, probably it's good to know less. In a way. We don't want to know absolutely everything now, do we?